Brother, I want to go and cry. I want to go cry. Oh. I'm about to go cry. February 25th, 12:06, District Court Defendant, Lobby Numero 2. Sorry, Edgeworth. I didn't mean to get you in trouble. Don't worry about it. This is my problem, not yours. Hope I'm not interrupted anything, pals. Ah. Oh, guess I am. I'll come back later. No, stay, please. Wait, Detective Gumshoes, what is it? Oh, please tell me you have something to prove Emma's innocent. Please. You got a lot of nerve, pal, making a detective run all around while on duty. And to top it off, you call me here. I've seen happy people at funerals. I've taken a long having you run errands again. Let me tell you this. This is the last time, pal. Here, he asked me to give this to you. If there was a break in today's trial. Evidence, the law? I was talking about this the other day. What the heck? Here's about the 2 rules of evidence law. Rule 1. No evidence shall be shown with the approval of the police department. And she was right here next to me just a while ago! Oh. Is that right, Mr. Wright? It seems so. You can at least study some evidence law, really. The chief prosecutor also wanted me to give you a message. A message? She said, if you're planning to take him on, you're going to need this book. Him, Gant. I guess I'll need to give this book a thorough read. From Ms. Sky explains the 2 rules of evidence law. That book will do you any good now, though. Rule 1 for submitting evidence. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. Rule number 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. So can I then say, with rule number 2, can I then say I can't declare Emma guilty because we're talking about Lana Sky's murder, not the murder of everything that went down? So meaning I can get Emma declared innocent. I want both of them free! I don't like this game anymore! All that's left now is the chief prosecutor's sentence. That's where you're wrong, detective. Huh? Haven't you figured it out yet? Why I'm still sitting in that prosecutor's seat, despite all these allegations being thrown at me. Mr. Edgeworth. The real trial today hasn't begun yet. What? What else there left to do? Your credibility's been all ruined with the forged evidence you were unaware of. Emma Scott found out she unwittingly caused a man's death. And now, you're telling me you want to do more? You gotta be kidding me, pal. You're missing the point, detective. Lana didn't murder Detective Goodman. Huh? He merely stuck a knife into his body. That means the real killer is still out there, and it's freaking Gant. And we're gonna expose him, no matter what it takes. This case has hurt too many people. It's time to bring it to an end. But Emma, I hurt the one who was most important. Ah! Ah! Oh. Oh. I really don't want to play this game anymore, man. Man. The court will now reconvene for the trial of Miss Lana Sky. Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor. The inquiry committee is planning to impose harsh penalties for your actions. Oh, and Edgeworth's getting punished too. That's my bestie. Thank you for the news, Your Honor. Yes, well, normally this is where the prosecutor calls for the witness, but, this isn't easy to say. You see, there is some concern that you, Miss Edgeworth, may have, struck a bargain. You think I may have manipulated the witness? I didn't say that. It's just, you see, everyone has been talking and... Very well, Your Honor. I have a solution. A solution? That being the case, the prosecution will allow the defense to call forth all further witnesses. What? But there's no precedent for what you're proposing. Undeniably, this is an unusual arrangement, but a very effective one. It would prove that I haven't struck any deal with the witnesses. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you say? Unbelievable. Edward has found a way to continue the trial. Very well. The defense accepts the prosecution's proposal. Then, it's settled. The, defense may now call forth the next witness. Mr. Wright, you do realize this is your last chance. If you call the wrong witness, this trial is as good as over. The defense calls. The time's finally come to bring out the real murderer. I can bring anybody I want. This guy for murdering my freaking ears! No, let's bring him out. Damon Gant. The defense calls Damon Gant to the stand. Damon Gant? What does he have to do with anything? Oh, no. He's not getting away with this one. Now, okay, Brain has to be back. I can't focus. I'm gonna flub. I'm gonna flub so many points because Emma. She's gonna be in the back of my head. As the defendant's partner 2 years ago, Mr. Gant has first-hand knowledge of the crime. I feel we should hear what he has to say about it. As luck would have it, he should still be in the courthouse. He would always be the least likely to have been manipulated by me in any way. Wouldn't you agree, Your Honor? True. Alright, bullet! Please escort Miss Gant to the stand. He ran. Oh, they're gonna play the freaking pipe organ. Oh, God. Witness, please state your name and occupation. What is this? Some kind of practical joke? I was just on my way to lunch. Ah, you ain't eating nothing. Your next meal gonna be behind bars, ho. Your name and occupation, sir. Oh, worthy, are you sure you want to do this? Your name and occupation. We ain't going to this. So, you want me to play hardball, eh? Please, Mr. Scott. Fine. My name is Damon Gant, and I'm the acting chief of police. Now then, Chief Gant, the court requests to hear your testimony. Oh, righto, it's with a grin face. No games here, sir. First, let's grab this SL9 incident, okay? Look at that. Hey, you mean that time when Lana's sister murdered that prosecutor? Personally, I think it's been made pretty clear already. No. There are still some things unaccounted for. Oh, like what? Like the role you play in all of this. Son, yeah, you're very brave or very foolish. I don't like this guy. You're aware of the course that a police chief has all kinds of weapons at his disposal. Police force. Sure, take my testimony for example. I don't have to give it if I don't want to. What? Is that true? I'm afraid so. She believes has the right to refuse to testify. What? Is this a real thing? No, I'm looking this up. Is this a real thing? Hold on. And the chief of police refused to testify. What the frick? What is the best project management tool? That's what I asked. I believe Asana. What the frick? What the frick? Wait, I just want a quick answer. No, please. No, I don't want a police officer. I want the chief of police. Can a police chief refuse to testify in court? They have the right to forfeit to say anything. Oh, and it's actually Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Oh, let's freaking go. And they are in the U.S. and they're a subordinate. No, they cannot refuse to testify. They do anyways. They can be jailed for contempt of court. Oh, okay. So if they are in the U.S. and they are a subordinate, they cannot refuse to testify. So they have to testify. If they do anyways, they can be jailed. Oh, wait. Okay. Oh, that's so freaking whack. Wait, hold on. I recently bought the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney trilogy on Switch, and there were a part where the chief of police refused to testify. Although, after he got accused of falsifying evidence, it bit him in the ass, as he couldn't say anything. And while the games aren't the most realistic, it's got me wondering. Also, remember the game is based off Japanese court system, which is very different from the West. Okay, let's read all this. They are the U.S. and they are subordinate. No, they cannot refuse to testify. If they do anyways, they can be jailed for contempt of court. Canada is similar, not strong in Japan, but I would be very surprised if the witness could refuse to testify without repercussion. In practice, the prosecution may many potential cases to pursue and limited resources, and if one of the main witnesses was uncooperative, they would usually drop the charge and pursue other cases. This is especially true in Japan, where they have a 99% conviction rate. Jesus. Generally, you could refuse to testify because of self-incrimination, but often witnesses will be given an immunity to deal, and it would remove this. The entire discussion. Okay, so we just okay. Of course, such an action carries with it certain risks. Don't worry, I'm not here to hinder your trial. Just remember, if this turns out to be a big waste of time, don't say I didn't warn you. What are you gonna do? Very well, the witness may now begin his testimony. still cleaning up from crying, okay? Yes, all 9 incident. Oh, God. As I recall, Neil and I were questioning him that day. To make a long story short, we slipped up. That power outage didn't help either. Uh-huh. When I went to my office, I found Lana there. Apparently, she had already arranged the crime scene. As you can see, I had nothing to do with the forgery. Him, is that when Doc was arrested? Him? He was lying on the floor unconscious. Uh-huh. Homeboy got stabbed, yes. When Emma sent Neil flying, it seems Doc bumped his head. Uh-huh. Oh, I see. Everything seems pretty clear cut. If the police chief has the right to refuse to testify, I better hit him hard and fast. Okay. Alright. As I recall, Neil and I were questioning him that day. Okay. As I recall, a ceremony was held at the police department that day. Ooh, yes, that's right. I guess you could say I'm a workaholic. After winning his award, Neil was all fired up too. That probably was spooked Doc and made him run away like that. Why? Was the defendant Lana Sky also present in the room? Oh, I don't quite remember. At the very least, she wasn't there when Doc ran for it. Making a long story short, we slipped up. That power outage didn't help either. So the two of you ran immediately after him, right? That's right, but Doc made it to the elevator first. So Neil and I split up. He went upstairs, and I went downstairs, I guess you could say. He got lucky. What's this about a power outage? Oh, that? The elevator stopped all of a sudden, and I got the shock of my life. Well, probably not as strong as Neil was when that knife went. Ah, you're cruel. That's not fun. Yeah, that's not funny. I went to my office. I found Lana there. Can you tell us what you saw? It was a shocking sight. Neil and that serial killer were lying on a leap on the floor, all tangled together. Dark was also lying collapsed on the floor. Yes, apparently he hit his head and was knocked out. Next to them were these two poor girls, Lana and Emma. Lana was cradling Emma in her arms. Looking back at it now, she must have already known what her sister had done. Apparently she already arranged the crime scene. Okay. How can you know that? Because the victim's body had already been moved. So that means... you found the body near Lana's desk. That's right. I think you said earlier, it was my pseudo armor that really stabbed the prosecutor. Yes? Anyway. At least I had nothing to do with the forgery. But you kept silent. You're saying the forgery had already taken place by the time you arrived at your office. That's exactly what I'm saying. I don't understand how Lana must have felt. But moving a body and hiding evidence are inexcusable no matter what the circumstances. Is that how it really went down? Staring at the witness won't do you any good, Mr. Wright. If you're going to stare at anything, you'd be better off staring at the court record. Worthy, all the smooth talker. But which piece of evidence ties Gant to forgery? Lana did admit to forging evidence. That can't be the whole truth. Somehow, I gotta link Gant to the incident. Wouldn't it be the jar? It'd be the jar, because I found this and this cloth in your freaking office. Rules for submitting evidence. No evidence shall be shown with the approval of the police department. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. I had nothing to do with forging evidence. I don't believe that because I am thinking right now that it's either this or this, because we found both of these hoes in the freaking the mother trucking point out the freaking thingy mabobber. Found them in the safe. Had nothing to do with forgery. I'll do the jar. I think the jar is more like akin to it. Why would you have the shard in there? So I think I'll do the jar. You claim you had nothing to do with the forgery. But I'm afraid that's a claim you cannot back up. Explain yourself. Several pieces of evidence were found in your office. Take this jar, for example. That's the battery you showed us earlier. A piece of this jar was discovered in your safe. Not only that, paper, but the evidence list I presented earlier is actually found inside your desk. It was found where? You see, Chief Gant, these articles of evidence uncovered in your office are both concrete proof that you played a part in the illegal investigation. Don't be standing there smiling now, huh? Chief Gant, what's the meaning of this? Oh, you're the defense attorney who may even rival Worthy. So you admitted to it then, that you were involved in the forging of evidence. Who, me? Or do you mean you? Me? What? What? Excuse me? Me? What would I have anything to do with that? Well, you were the one who snuck into my office when you found this evidence. And? Prosecutors aren't the only ones capable of forging evidence, you know. Defense attorneys can do so too. Isn't that right, Righto? Hold on. However, Detective Gumshoe was present during the investigation. Worthy, my boy. Not even detectives are exempt from the law. Rest assured, Dick will receive his due punishment. What? Detective Gumshoe's salary drops and he'll end up paying to work. I'm not worried. I'm worried about the dude losing his job. Yes, well, in light of the detective's presence, please give us your testimony regarding these pieces of evidence found in your office and their relation to the forgery that took place at the crime scene. My. Kids these days no longer know how to put two and two together. The frick, man? Evidence and forgery. Alright. Let's see, what was in our jar fragment and a list. For all I know, you could have planted them in my office. Not a chance. Anyway, you can't prove when those pieces of evidence were discovered. If they were found after Doc was convicted, then they're worthless. There's no reason I participate in the forgery. Rearranging the crime scene would help me out anyway. Okay. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. In investigating the crime scene, you should have been more careful to observe protocol. You do understand that I am the chief of police, right? There will be consequences. Not if I can bust you and put you behind bars, I'll busting you up. Oh, indeed, I believe I will press charges so you won't make the same mistake again. My apologies, Chief. Would you mind waiting until tomorrow for that? Today is, well, you know. Alright, Udgy, in return though. I know. That place, right? Huh? What are these guys, telepathic? What are you guys talking about? Evidence and forgery. For all I know, you could have planted them in my office. I absolutely did not. I'd appreciate if you'd stop making these ridiculous allegations. Yes, you do have a point. You wouldn't have the guts to do something like that. Exactly, what? I'll have you know, back in the day, I once broke into a cattle ranch and tipped... Mr. Wright, what are you saying? Anyway, you can't prove you didn't carry in the evidence, can you? If you have proof to the contrary, you're going to need it later. Later? What are you talking about? What else? I'm talking about when Wright's prints are found. Yes, if they're found inside my safe, their previous investigation was illegal. I've never faced anyone as slimy as this guy. Exactly, I don't like him. Anyway, you can't prove when those pieces of evidence were discovered. Really? What do you mean by that? This is all purely hypothetical, of course. But let's suppose I did place those items in my safe. Such an act wouldn't necessarily constitute forgery. Yes? Why are you hiding it then? Point the finger. If considering evidence found at the crime scene isn't forgery. I'm not through speaking yet, righto. It all depends on when the evidence was discovered. They were found after the dark. If they were found after Dark was convicted, then they're worthless. Are you saying this jar fragment wasn't discovered in the initial investigation? It would appear not. After all, I wasn't listed in the evidence list. For all we know, it could have suddenly materialized the day after Dark was sentenced. Uh-huh. Oh, and wouldn't that be convenient? Right? The chief is talking about a possibility so long as you can't rule that out. Your remarks, however, clever they may be, will only succeed in wasting time. How is something I don't know? Come now, right to. Think about it. No reason I participate in forgery. Really? Dude, we're slamming this desk. Dude, my freaking desk about to break. I'm knocking everything over. Oh my god. Hey, how can you look me in the eye and say that? Because I'm innocent. No. Remember? Who was it that murdered Neil? I'm not sure I care for the word murder here. But in the end, the person responsible for Mr. Marshall's unfortunate demise was Emma. That's gonna make me cry. Again. Well now, do you see? Even the crime scene would help me out in any way. Uh-huh, really, Chief Gant. At the very least, there is one very large benefit you reaped from all of this. Who? I wasn't aware. What is this benefit? That would, of course, be the position you have, Chief of Police. Oh, the resolution of the SL9 incident secured your promotion to Chief. That in itself is sufficient motive. That would be a good motive. Oh, that's a good one. Huh? Do you really think I'm that incompetent? What do you mean? I mean, a little bit, yeah. Even without that case, I was already in line to be the next chief. The resolution of SL9 is sped up the inevitable a little. Is that true, Edgeworth? Yes. He was going to be made chief anyway. Ugh. Fuck man, I hate this guard. Be careful pointing that finger or you might wind up being the one pointed at. So that means there's only one possible motivation for you to commit forgery. If you didn't do it for yourself, then you did it for someone else. Don't be silly with it, you know me better than that. The only three people I look out for, me, myself, and I, right? Yeah, okay, you're funny, yeah, you're funny. Hey, it's out in the open now. Urgy, would you mind if I change my testimony a little? By all means, please do. I wouldn't be anyone's accomplice if there wasn't nothing in it for me. Nothing, really. Because you made Lana chief of... How can I prove that? Nothing in it for you. Sorry, but the only person I care about is yours truly. That girl, Lana's little sister, was it? Oh. If you think I feel sorry for you, you better think... I have never wanted to throw someone behind bars more in my entire life. Oh my... I'm getting this man declared. Oh, you can't... No. If you think I feel sorry for you, you better think again. You're right. You don't feel sorry for anyone. Yeah, be tough on a crime and tough on people. That's how I was raised. You seem to be lax enough on yourself, though. Oh. That's a good one, Worthy. Had there been something in it for him? Given his selfishness, would he have helped someone out? Point out accomplice. True, you might not help out anyone for their sake, but if it would benefit you, you might decide to assist someone. I want you to hit that button without even thinking. Holy dude, I am mad. Mr. Wright, it appears you're positively attempting to portray the chief as a nice man who likes to lend people a hand. That's not what I mean. No. Very well then. Who is this person you believe Chief Gant may have helped forge evidence for? Lana. Lana. Chief Prosecutor Lana Sky? The defendant? Yes, because he wanted... We already went over this. That's what Lana told me, was that... freaking Chief put her as Chief Prosecutor so that way she could control that office so he'd have power. Simple. Simple. I believe it's quite obvious in light of circumstances. Let me make sure my audio didn't... Okay, good. Emma Skye fell victim to an unfortunate series of events. Who would want to help her more than her own sister, Lana? Uh-huh. And as for Chief Gant, he would also have a reason to help Lana if she asked him to. That's the reason, of course, is self-profit. Self-profit? What do you mean? After the SL9 incident was resolved, click. Lana Skye was appointed Chief Prosecutor of the Prosecutor's Office. The person who arranged this job change was Chief Gant. But how would he profit from all of this? he would be able to use Chief Prosecutor as his puppet. Exactly. Essentially, he would acquire unchecked authority over all investigations. Do you mean to tell me that despite the Chief's formidable appearance, he plays the Brother, come on. No one's amused. Oh wait! You must be puppet as in someone forced to do his bidding. Exactly. Never mind. Admit it, Chief. You assisted Lana Sky in forging evidence. Your motive to appoint her as Chief Prosecutor so you could control her. Right, my boy. You have quite an imagination. Let me ask you something. Oh no. I hate when they do this. What? Do you have any proof of this, that I controlled Lana? For example, is Lana testifying that I've done such a thing? Lana, come out and say it. Lana. She's keeping quiet to protect Emma. There's no way she's testifying against Gant. I'm afraid without any proof, this all amounts to nothing more than mere conjecture. Unless... that is also what happened in the incident. This incident, which one would that be? Of course I'm talking about... this one, the murder of Detective Bruce Goodman. The Chief Prosecutor has been acting strange throughout this entire trial. Almost as if someone has been controlling her. Exactly. Who might that be? Lana, come out and say it, Lana. Lana, say it. Worthy, better watch your tongue. I don't want you to get hurt. Oh, you're thinking about killing Edgeworth now? Oh no, you gotta go behind bars, dude. What do you mean? What he means, Your Honor, is that Chief Gant is involved in the murder of Detective Goodman. Not only that, but the Chief is now making Lana take the rap to cover up his involvement.